Hi everyone, welcome to an interesting session. In this session, we are going to learn something new. Do you know what it is? We are going to learn about 3D designing. Yes, there is a platform called Tinkercad where we are going to make our own 3D designs. Okay, so at first we have to know what is a 3D design or a 3D model. Do you know what is a 3D model? Okay, so I'm getting a lot of answers from you. So at first we will go through the presentation here. So I'll be sharing my window here. Can you see it? It's visible, right? Okay, good. So let's talk about what are the things that we will learn today. So in this session we will learn about Tinkercad 3D design. So there is a software called Tinkercad where we will develop 3D designs. Okay, so we will go through the 2D and 3D design. So what is a 2D design and what is the difference between from 3D design? Okay, actually there is a difference between 2D and 3D. Do you know that? Okay, if you don't know, don't worry, I'm here. So we will talk about the difference between 2D and 3D at first, and then we will go through this Tinkercad website and we will familiarize its components, its elements, tools in it. Understood? So are you guys ready? Okay, wonderful. So let's go through it. 2 dimensions, only length and width. So if you are drawing a picture on a paper, it is in 2-dimensional. Yes, it is a 2-dimensional shape. So if you are drawing a circle in a paper or a square, rectangle, these are all in 2 dimensions. So we can say that it is a 2-dimensional shape. So when it comes to 3D designs, it is a model, like it is a real life model where we can experience it and we can feel it. So a 3D design includes solid objects, but the 2D is a flat plane figures. Okay, 2D shapes are flat plane figures and it has only length and width. So when it comes to 3D, these are all solid objects which can be experienced by us. Okay, now it has 3 dimensions, so we can say that it is having length, width and height, right? Okay, so you understood the difference between them. So this is an actual representation of it. So our 2D shapes has height and length. So when it comes to a 3D shape, it has length, width and height. One more dimension will be adding to it. Understood? So that's how it looks like. And in the next step, we are going to make a 3D model using a platform called Tinkercad. So we will familiarize what are the tools in it, what are the elements in it. So we are going to familiarize what is Tinkercad. So are you ready for that? Yes, right? Okay, very well. Let's go through it. So here I will be sharing my window here. This is actually how this Tinkercad window looks like. Understood? So if you want to go to this particular web page, you have to choose a web browser. So if you are comfortable with Chrome or any other web browser, you can choose of your own. Okay, so if you are comfortable with any other web browsers, you can use it. So we only need a web browser to go to this particular web page. So if you want to go to this web page, you have to type Tinkercad. So you have to type Tinkercad, then you have to search for it. So once you search for it, it will take you to different Google searches. Can you see it? Yes, right. So it's very easy to go to this particular web page. So I hope you all took this web page and then you went to this particular Google search. Did you find it? Yes. Now at first you have to go to this Tinkercad. Just click on it. Once you click on it, it will take you to another interface where you will see a different window. It is not like this. Actually, I have already logged into this website. That's why I'm getting an interface like this. So I'm logging out. Then you can find this is the similar window that you will get. Okay. So we will wait for some seconds. Yeah. Now this is the actual window that you may get. Am I right? Yes, And if you are not signed in, you have to sign in at first. So for that purpose, we can use this login and sign up option. Click on to this sign up. So once you go to this sign up option, you should be creating your own personal account. So for that option, you can choose this create a personal account. Just click on to that. So once you click on to that, you can see 3 different options are there. Sign up with email and sign with Google. Also there is another option, sign in with Apple. So if you have a Google account, I hope you already having a Google account, right? So you already have a Google account with you, and you can choose that particular Google account to sign with Tinkercad platform. Understood? So here I will be using my Google ID. So just click on to sign in with the Google option, because I already signed in with Google account. Here I got the interface like this. So now we are logged into this website. See that? So this is how it looks like. Understood? So did you go to this web page? Did you get the same as mine? Yes, right. Now what the next point? So what is the next step we have to take? So let's choose this create option. So for creating a new project, you have to click onto this create button. Can you see it? I hope now you can see it. See this create button. So this is the create button. We need to make a new project. So let's click onto that, and from the list you can see there are 3 different options: 3D design, circuits, code blocks, like it is going, right? So you have to click onto this 3D design. So you have to click onto this 3D design at first. So by using Tinkercad, we can do many things like coding and circuit designing, like this kind of many other things are there. Like for now, we are only using this 3D design software. Okay. So have you got it? You got the same as mine, right? Wonderful. So you got the same window as mine. See here, these are the tools which are required for making a 3D design, and time to time we will familiarize what are the things needed for making a particular 3D design of our own. Okay. From the right side, you can see, when you look into the right side, there are different shapes you may find. Can you see it? Yes, there are different shapes. So these shapes can be used to make your own design. So if you want to change a design into another design, you can make use of these objects and you can make your own design. Okay. So in this one is the work plane where we can input or we can place the objects. We can place the objects and we can make our own design. So how you can place the objects into the work plane? Just like dragging and dropping. You know how to drag and drop an object, right? So just simply click on it and hold it and then drag it towards this work plane. Now release it. So once you release it, it is now placed on the work plane, right? Yes. Now this is the object that we added right now, and actually our model looks like this. And if you want to change it, you can change it accordingly. And here at first we will familiarize what are the viewing angles or viewing tools there it is available, right? So here you can find there is a switch to flat view mode. So when you click onto that, you can see that the work plane is now in flat mode, right? Yes. Now we can go back to the default view. So this is the default view. So this default view is called home view. Okay. Now when you want to zoom in a little bit, so you can click on to this zoom in, and if you want to zoom out, you can click on to this minus icon. Okay. Did you see it? Yes, you can do the same. So you can place an object into the work plane and then you can zoom in, zoom out, and you can familiarize these things. Okay. Now we are choosing to see what is a fit view. Okay, let's choose this fit view tool. So when you click onto that, see that what happened? Yes, the particular object that we have selected is now fitted into the screen, right? So now it is fitted into the screen. Now if you are choosing this home view again, what happens? It will take you to the default view, right? So seems like interesting, right? So we can get through this and we can see it in any angle. So how you can see it in any angle? So for that purpose we can use this cube to rotate it. So just hold on it, select the cube and then move your mouse. So now you can see the object from any angles, right? Yes. Now let's go back to the home view again. Okay, so these are the viewing tools that is necessary for making our object. And then why we are using this copy, paste, duplicate, delete, undo, redo tools? Yes, there will be editing works, right? So like if you want to make multiple objects like this, you can go to this copy and paste. When you copy it, you can paste the object. See that? Now it is pasted and this one is another copied object, right? So what happens if you duplicate it? So when you duplicate it, you can see that there is no change in it. But the thing is that a duplicated version of the same object is now placed in the same position. So when you just move around a little bit, you can see the difference. See that? Now the duplicated object we have selected changed into another position, right? Yes. Now what happens if you use this tool option, this delete option? So when you click on to delete button or delete tool, the entire object will be deleted forever. So just like if you want to undo the step, you can go to this undo option, and if you want to redo it, you can just click on to this one. See that? This is how it works. Understood? Okay. I think it's clear, and there are other tools available in this platform like grouping, ungrouping, then align tool. So align tool is used for making objects aligning properly. Okay, so if you want to align multiple objects together, and if you want to ensure that these are all properly aligned, you have to choose this align tool to align the whole objects properly. Then when you are going into this grouping tool, you have to choose multiple objects, and you are converting these multiple objects into a single object. Okay, so that's what it will do. Now he will so now here we will adjust the size here. So here, see that now I'm going to add this one to this previous object. So just go to the top view and fit view. Just go to the top view and fit view. We are going to select both of these objects. So for selecting both objects, we can say, or we can select the objects like this. So just drag and select all together. Then now these two are selected right now. Let's go to the top view, fit view, go to the top view and fit view. You can choose top view and fit view. When you choose the front view, or like top and front view combined, what we can do is we can just adjust this one into a little bit towards this first point. So now we know that it is properly aligned, and now we can see from the aligning tool, when you click onto this aligning tool, you can see that these are all grayed out in the sense now these are all properly aligned. So when you choose this each points means now it will be centered, and then these both objects will be going through it, means the one object will be going into the other object. So there is no use of it, right? So we don't want to do it. So this side is mainly aligned. So that's the focus, and now we can leave that portion. Now it's aligned, and we are going to make it as a single object. Okay, so now we are going to make it as a single object. So I'm going to cancel this one, and now let's group it like this. Select the two objects and group it. Now it is a single object. You can see it, right? See that? Wonderful. We made a single object using two objects. Likewise, you can take many objects and you can make it as a single object. Understood? So that's the purpose of grouping tool, and the align tool is used for making the objects aligned properly. Understood? Okay. Now when you want to change, if you are thinking about changing the dimensions of each object, what you can do is you can go to this home view again, select the object. So go to the home view. I hope you all are going into the home view, right? Home view design. Okay, now let's choose this fit view. Select the object. In the second step, you have to select the object and then click onto this fit view. So once you click onto that, it will take you to the object, and then you can see the sides are in millimeters. So the grids, can you see the small tiny boxes? So these are all tiny squares, right? So these tiny squares are indicating, each square is indicating 1 mm. So it is having a length of 1 mm and the width of 1 mm. So when it comes to the fitted model right here, so here you can see that it is having, so here you can find different points are there, right? So these are the different points, and by using these different points you can adjust the size, so adjust the dimensions of this particular object. Now when you choose to adjust this one, you can just click onto any of these squares, small squares you can find. So when you choose to adjust it, you should click onto any of these and then select it here. So now what we are going to change is, we are going to change the length. So now if you want to make it as 40, see, now it is 40. The length is now 40 and also the width is now 40 here. So we didn't change it because it is previously there. Now if you want to change it, you can change it, like we are going to make it as 10. So what happens? See that? We changed its dimensions like length and width. And if you want to change the height, what you should do? Do you know? Yes, we have to change the height using this fifth point. You can see the fifth point right here, right? So when you are zooming in or zooming out, you can find it over here. See that? So this is the fifth point. So this is the fifth point that you will get. So it is saying that is having a height of 20. So I am going to change the 20 height to 10. Now it looks like this. Okay? It looks like this. So if you don't want to use this cube to look around, you can use your mouse right button. Mouse right button that you can use, and it can be used for viewing the object from any angle. Okay, so that's the use case of your mouse right button. Right click and hold it and then move your mouse. You can find that you can see the object from any angle. Okay, so that's how you can make adjustments to each and every object in it. Okay, in the same way, I'm going into this home view. So you're all following me, right? So you added one box into the area and we added another box. We combined it using the grouping tool, right? So why we are using a grouping tool? Yes, it is a tool used to make different objects to a single object, right? So we are making a single object using a grouping tool, right? Fine. Now we adjusted the sizes like length, width and height. Okay, so when you click onto that, you can see that it is having different properties, like this shape has different properties, and if you want to change the color, you can change it accordingly. See that? So we change the color using the properties of this shape. Understood? In the same way, we are going to add many other objects like this one. So likewise you can add. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to add this all into the previous object. So the whichever the last object that we have added, we are adding the next object into the last object. So I added these many objects, and if you want to group it together, you can group it like we did before, right? Yes. So just group it. So once you group it, you can see that the entire objects, the whole object's color has been changed to a single color. which is indicating now it is a single object. Understood? Fine. Now this is what all about the Tinkercad 3D designing software, and there are other things that we can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this one. So how you can delete it? You can use this delete tool, or otherwise you can use your delete key in your keyboard. So delete key in your keyboard. Okay, now I deleted it. You can do the same if you are already added many objects into the work plane. You can delete all the things. So if you didn't group it, what you can do is select all the objects and then hit delete key. Okay, hit or click delete key, or press, or here you can click onto this delete key. So use the delete tool or delete key in your keyboard to delete the objects. Now what you can do is, you can see from the basic shapes we can see another object like scribble. So this one is said to be a scribble. So what it looks like, I will show you. So this is the scribble object. Just select it and drag it and drop it towards this work plane. So once you drop it, it will take you to another window where you may find a simple interface like this. Did you see it? Yes. So here, whatever the design that you want, you can design. So like if I want an emoji, like a smiling emoji, you can draw it here. So just I'm using my mouse to draw it. So this is the thing, and the 3D model that I have created, or this Tinkercad has been created, you can find it on the top right side. Okay, and just here I'm going to put the eyes and then the smiley face. Okay, so this is the object, and if you want to edit it, or if you want to edit the object, and if you want to erase some portion from it, you can do the same like this using this erasing tool. Okay, so it will be affected to the 3D model which has been created, or which will be this Tinkercad will create the 3D design, right? Yes. So let's undo the step, and I think it's okay for me. Let's take it. So whatever the design you want, you can design it using the scribbling tool. Did you do it? I hope you have done it, right? All right. Okay, so once you're done, just click OK. Now the work plane is having our 3D design, which is used, or which is created by the scribbling tool. Okay, so now we will look from the top view, fit view, and then okay, so there is another scribbling shape, or scribble shape is there, so I will be deleting that. Now this is the shape that we have added using the scribbling tool. Now if you want to change it, if you want to change the height, you can just go to the front view. I'm going to change the height here. You can use this key points to reduce the height and increase the height, or if you want to change any other dimensions like length, width, or something. So I'm just putting it as 5, and now I'll just look around. Okay, here I'm going to change its length and width. So if you want to change the length, width, and height dimensionally, or dimensions proportional to each other, what you can do, just click on to the shift key in your keyboard, hold on it, click it and hold on it, and then choose any of this point and move your mouse like this. So I am reducing the size equally. So the length, width, and heights are changed according to each other, means it is proportional to each other. Understood? So that's the use of shift key. Now once you got it, so in the next step, I am going to add a text object. So how you can add a text object? There is a text. So this is our text. Let's fit view. Once you add the text, so here on the right side you can find this is the text, right? Yeah, just drag and drop it to here. like this, and then we need to change it. So what is the text that we can give? So if you want to change the text in it, you can just click onto the properties of this text shape and then change it over there. I'm going to type 3D shape. Okay, 3D shape. Now if you want to change the adjustments, or if you want to make adjustments to it, you can do the same as mine. So I change the height right now, and I'm changing the length and width by pressing the shift key in your keyboard and then adding this one towards the old shape, old scribble shape. See that? I'm selecting both of them and putting towards the center of this work plane. Go to the home view. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, just select all the thing and then fit view. See that? 3D shape. So this is how we can make our own designs, and we can add our own text into this work plane by placing different objects from the shapes. Understood? So this is what actually a Tinkercad 3D interface looks like. And we familiarized what are the components in it and what are the tools, basic tools are there, and we familiarized it, right? I hope it's interesting to you. Is it? Yes. So we can make our own designs, and we can do many things. We can take our imaginations, or we can if you have anything in your mind, if you have a thought in your mind, you can take that thought into reality by doing the 3D design. Okay, so that's the use of CAD softwares like Tinkercad. Understood? So this is how we can make different objects in Tinkercad. So at first we talked about the difference between 2D and 3D. And 2D are the shapes which are flat plane figures, right? So when you draw a picture in a paper, that's in 2D. So when you are talking about a 3D shape or 3D model, that is in 3-dimensional, means it is having 3 dimensions like length, width and height. So we can experience it, we can touch it, right? So that's the difference between 2D and 3D. And when it comes to the Tinkercad 3D platform, we logged into this Tinkercad and we went through the basics of 3D designing. Okay, we gone through these shapes and we added multiple objects into the work plane, and then we chose to go through this different tools in it. See that? These are the perspective tools that we used, and these are the shapes we used, and here on this cube is used for viewing the particular object in any angle, and then copy, paste, duplicate and deleting, undoing, redoing, grouping tool, right? So why we are using grouping tool? Yeah, grouping tool is used for making a single object, right? So if you added many objects and if you want to make it as a single object, you can make use of this grouping tool. And then when it comes to ungrouping tool, if you want to ungroup the object that you have already created, or if you made it as a single object, you can go and click onto this ungroup button. It will ungroup the single object into different objects. Understood? So this is the use of Tinkercad 3D design software. So this is a simple familiarization of Tinkercad 3D, and we will do more in this particular platform. I hope you all understood the things related to this session. Thank you for your participation. We will see you next time. Bye.